I do, buckaroos. If you can hear love grows where my rosemary goes, the grassroots version, I don't own the rights, man. Edison Lighthouse made a hit out of it, but grassroots covered it here, so here we go. Magical spell. So I picked this up today. It was 1896. And to be honest, I was actually going to get a more expensive bourbon. I said, no, right now I'm not. Because I get paid here in a couple of days. And now I'm going to get this one today, though. Well, because I was curious, right? It runs about the same price point as, say, a Buffalo Trace. The first bottle of bourbon, Old Forester, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This is their 86 proof. Nearly 150 years ago, my great-great-grandfather, George Garvin Brown, was the first to seal his bourbon in a glass bottle, ensuring consistency and exceptional quality. He felt so strongly in his conviction that he signed his name to it. Today, I am proud to add my signature as proof that our commitment to the Old Forester legacy lives on. So there you go. Yes, it is an 86 proof bourbon. Old Forester Distilling Company. There you go. So let's set that there. Oh, they're gonna play a damn commercial. So I poured me. I've got a jigger poured in here. So I've got an ounce and a half in here in this little glass. I'm like, this neat little glass. I didn't decide to go neat with it because I don't want to say. Now most people, well, I won't say most. Pretentious people. Certain bourbon drinkers will say that a bourbon of this price point really is best suited for cocktailing or highballing. They're not necessarily wrong. However, if you can hear our busy all-stars drinking muddy water, I don't own the rights, man. But yeah, I always want to try it neat first. And sometimes you're surprised. I mean, to be honest with you, even the $15 price point regular Jim Beam, the 4-year-old Jim Beam, probably is best suited for highballing or cocktails, but it's not exactly hard to drink neat either. So it is a little warm on the nose, but you get big notes of toffee, plenty of vanilla, some spice. I'm going to say cinnamon. Well, cheese biscuits, that ain't bad. Yeah, you know, I'm not gonna. I don't like to shoot whiskey. I really don't, because I think if you're shooting, if you're chugging, or anything like that, the only purpose to do any of those things is to get drunker quicker, and I'm not interested in getting drunker quicker. I like to, I want to slow down and enjoy the ride, right? But still, you want a bourbon that you can drink neat, that you can sip if you would like. And the rule of thumb is, the higher you get up the food chain, the more, sippable, I guess, your bourbons are going to be, the better it is suited for neat drinking. However, I found that not to always be the case. I found some $40 bourbons that I think are every bit as good as some $80 bourbons. And then again, I've had some of a lesser, well, I don't know if I want to use the word lesser quality, but that you might not think will be suited for neat drinking, that weren't necessarily harsh, but they weren't as nuanced as a higher dollar whiskey. There's a fair amount of sweetness here, a combination of honey brown sugar. You're still going to feel some toffee notes, some toasted nut notes. There's certainly plenty of vanilla working its way all the way through it. You get the oak and spice right at the end. Again, a very heavy dose of cinnamon is what I pick up. You know what I'm going to add to that? A heavy dose of cinnamon and a touch of cayenne. There you go. How about that? I'm going to throw that at you. Yeah, again, this bourbon is probably best suited for highballs or cocktails. In fact, I would make a, I would do a Manhattan or an old fashioned down to this. Sure, why the hell not? If you can hear Montrose Rock Candy, I don't know the damn right. It's the Montrose Rock Candy, but it is one of the greatest rock tunes of all time, is it not? This band was way the hell ahead of its time. Unfortunately, they took a different direction. If they'd have followed this same direction all the way up, I mean, damn. I'm going to go so far as to say if it wasn't for this first Montrose album, there wouldn't have been a Van Halen. This album paved the way for hard rock as it was known since then. Now, there were other hard rock bands. I'm not saying they invented hard rock, but this particular album, with the style of the songs, took hard rock in a different direction. As, say, Aerosmith, for instance, came out about the same time. Aerosmith was more of a hard blues band. This was different. This album, this version of Montrose was very hard, heavy pop. And that allowed Van Halen to do what they did. Now, what Van Halen improved upon was Van Halen took a little bit of the sound and then added the harmonies, which made Van Halen, especially that first Van Halen album, so original at the time. Anyway, but that's my thoughts on the matter. That's the world according to the Beer Whisperer. Anyway, cheers, y'all. I'm going to finish this up. Old Forester. It's the 86 proof bourbon. You know what? For a $19 price point, this ain't bad. It really is. It probably is best suited to highball or cocktail. Hell, I'd even, like I said, Manhattan, if you want a highball, yeah, drink with soda if you like. And when I say soda, I mean club soda or seltzer. I'm not saying soda. I'm not saying drop pop in the damn thing. Follow me, will you? But yeah, I mean, I've been known to take bourbons like this and do a version of a dirty martini with it. And I would certainly do that with this. Yeah, I think this, I would dirty the hell out of it. I'm the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, was a man. All around good guy. Yeah, the finish there, you really feel all the bourbon all the way through, and I felt something different as I finished that up. I mentioned the brown sugar, you get little bits of molasses. What else? But what I noticed in there, right as I finished it up, was just the slightest notion of apricots. I really feel like I was getting apricots right at the end there. So there you go. Remember, folks, life is serious. Whiskey shouldn't be lighting the hell up.